That's what she said!
Good music radio. I'm sitting here live in the Vomit Cave. We're coming at you with Frank or Demon and the Bear.
Yeah,
Is that what we're doing?
The Geezerhour.
The Geezerhour, yeah. Lock up your grandmas live from the old folks' home.
Yeah, you can lock up your grandpas in my case.
That's awesome. A little closer. Oh, shit.
Start it off.
Oh,
okay, closer to
shit.
the mic.
Yeah. Get comfy.
All right.
We're going to sit
can
here and
swallow
fucking
it, I
talk,
guess.
man. How was your trip to the East Coast, man?
It was great.
Yes.
Being laid off is afforded me
Yeah.
the ability to take off and go see my grandkids back there. So we were gone for like 12 days. It was nice. I got a new guitar at a pawn shop while I was out there, and took my grandkids camping. Got busted by the tree pigs for shooting a water moccasin in a state park, which I guess you're not allowed to do.
What?
I took my grandkids camping.
Yeah.
So, and as you do, you take them to the dock and you throw a little line in the water. You're teaching them how to fish. Well, I'm noticing these little water snakes, and I was showing my granddaughter the water snakes, and one of the locals, he's getting ready to take off in his little fishing boat, and he says, "Oh, that's a water moccasin. That's a cottonmouth."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, really? How can you tell?" He said, "Well, a cottonmouth will float, and a water snake will kind of be submerged, and you'll just see his head." So then he leaves, and I'm noticing that there's two of them, and I started Googling shit on my phone, like what are you supposed to do? And they're super aggressive. They're like the fourth deadliest snake in North America, apparently, the cottonmouth or something like that.
Wow. And
then this other local came up. I'm like, and she has like two kids with her, and I got my two grandkids. And I'm like, hey, don't go in the water, because they were getting ready to get in the water. And I said, there's two water moccasins out here. She started freaking out, and I said, what do you guys do with these things when are you supposed to dispatch them? She's like, yeah, if you have a way to. And being from Oregon and California, whenever you camp, you always bring a gun.
Sure.
For protection against whatever.
Yeah.
Zombies. And so when we left, I told my son-in-law to bring, because I had given him one of my father's guns when he married my daughter. And I asked him to bring it, and he happened to have it on him when we were fishing. So I said, let me see your gun. And I shot the first snake. It was like right below me, right in the water. And then the other one was out a little bit. So it took me like 3 shots because it was moving, and it was a little tiny head. And didn't think nothing of it. And then we left, and then the cops came by a couple hours later with 2 sheriffs. Did the whole get on your knees, put your hands behind your head, don't look at me, don't face me.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a whole right in front of my grandkids. Do you know it's a misdemeanor, class 1 misdemeanor or something like that to have a firearm in a national park? I'm like, no, I didn't know that.
Right.
I'm from out of town, man.
Yeah, way out of town.
And you're not allowed to, because we had reports that this and this. And I said, yeah, I shot 2 water moccasins. He's like, well, you're not allowed to disturb the wildlife either. I'm like, man, I get why you're here. I fucked up or whatever, but there's monsters on the playground where these kids are at.
Right,
what would you have had me done?
Right, right.
So he was cool about it after a while. He took my son's gun and gave it back to us when we left. But it was a trip. My granddaughter was freaking out. She's like 5. No, wait, she's 7.
So they took the gun and they went sat in the car and waited for you guys to play and then gave the gun back? Or how'd that work?
No. When they came up, we were already back at our campsite.
Oh, okay.
They came up hours later.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
after I shot the snakes, we beat feet. We're like, okay, well, let's just go back to our campground.
Right.
I didn't think it was illegal, but I also didn't want to,
Right.
I just figured, well, time to go. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a trip.
But so somebody got married. Or was that what you went back there for? Or what was the...
No, that was my son. My oldest son got married right before all this COVID stuff popped off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think they had just gotten around to getting their wedding pictures, so I think I posted a couple of those.
Okay. Yeah, looking sharp in the little hat that you were wearing there.
I'm very good looking. Yeah. I'm a super good looking dude. If anybody out there knows me, that they'll understand the humor in that.
It's like looking at baby Jesus.
It is. Hey, I have a question for you.
Yeah, go.
Why do I love Canadian people so much? What is it with you fucking people? Why are you so lovable and why are you so nice? What is but you're also fucking savages. Like,
yeah.
you know, it's this duality that I've kind of noticed in almost every Canadian dude that I've ever met.
Yeah.
Like, they're very sorry about stuff.
Sorry.
And they're very fucking super polite, but they're also like,
you got to stretch out before you go to the bar.
yeah, dude. Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Culture,
just it's more of a wide open space up there. It's more of a frontier type situation up there. It's cold as fuck, and you know, when in wintertime and in the summertime it's mild. You know, sometimes here lately it's gotten a little bit warmer up north, but for the most part, everybody's a rancher, everybody's a farmer, everybody's this or that until you get over onto the East Coast. And you start getting into Toronto and Ontario and these places.
The bigger cities.
Yeah, but in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, they had a saying that when your dog leaves, it's so flat in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan that when your dog leaves or runs away, you can see his ass for 3 weeks.
So maybe it's just more like the difference. Like, I noticed when I moved up here, it's just a slower. Everyone's more friendly.
Yeah.
You know, moving up here from Central California. It was a kind of a culture shock. I was amazed at how just, you know, laid back. And maybe people that have lived in this area their whole lives don't notice it, but
Right.
don't feel the same. But
everybody plays a very physical sport. Most people up there play hockey or play lacrosse or play some sort of physical bang.
Right.
And everybody can fight. It just seems like everybody can fight.
Yeah.
And when you're, you know, but then again, there's also a certain respect level that Canadian people have.
That's what I was talking about.
For each other. It's just different. Not everybody might have a gun up there, but you'll never know that they do because they're not woohoo, yeah. You know, it's just, hey, you want to go hunting? Yeah, let's go hunting. You know, and it's fucking it's a different culture, completely different culture.
Yeah, I know. I want to get up there and check it out. I think I want to move there. That would be right.
No.
At this point.
To get into, and that's another thing, to get into Canada, you have to have a job skill. You have to have money in the bank. You have to have a job skill. You can't just go up there and you can get across the border up through Montana probably or something like that or wherever. But if you go the legal route, you have to have.
It's a process. Yeah, they're not letting people in willy-nilly. Yeah,
right.
For sure.
Yeah, and in turn, it keeps crime down. There's still crime, but it keeps crime down, and we live at peace with the natives for the most part. And I grew up playing pond hockey with Native Canadians, Mi'kmaq and Inuit, and whatever, and that's where bear comes from.
Oh, really?
They call me Anahoy, which is little bear, and in their language. And
were you little at some point?
I was little, but it was I wasn't afraid to fight, and that was how hockey worked for me. I never had the most Canadians who play hockey are like this. It is I will drop the gloves and I will punch you in your mouth, and then I'll buy you a beer.
You know. On that exact topic, someone the other day, it might have been on the Rogan podcast, was talking about a book they were reading. It was strictly about hockey fight culture and how there's it's actually, to a person that doesn't know or is on the outside, it just looks like, you know, they drop their stick and they go at it. But there's actually what they were saying basically is more like about there's levels of it. Like if you're the enforcer, then you have certain roles and responsibilities, and then there is that unspoken like lines that. Or
yeah,
is
you're
gonna
go. You're gonna go when you line up when you're facing off.
Yeah.
You're gonna go. If it's during a play, usually it's when somebody gets blindsided or something happens, then you're going to go. But when you line up there and at the face-off, you're usually going to line up, fight the guy that you're going to jaw at him, and you're going to talk to him on the way to the face-off, and you're going to say, hey, and you have an obligation to not say no. You have to say yes.
Yeah.
And if you say no,
it's ingrained. It's in the sport.
It's part of the sport.
There.
Yeah. And if I believe that you fucked up, and I tell you fucked up, and you say no, I didn't, and then I say, well, we're going. Drop the puck. We're going to go.
Yeah.
And you say no, then I'm gonna do my best to get you to fight.
Right.
I'm gonna turn as dirty as I possibly can.
Dirty play, smack talk the whole time.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about your mama.
Kind of how when you watch football, you'll see a receiver and a corner the whole time jawing at each other.
Yep. But, and I'll make it to where I instigate it. So much like a fucking ninja that you don't even know you're fighting me, and you're fighting me
until your shirt's over your head.
Yeah.
I can see where you would feed off the adrenaline of the game and the contest, and then knowing, like you said, off Jump Street, hey, this is going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
I can see how you get to a point where you're like, let's do it.
You know, when I was I don't know, I was a junior or I was a senior in high school. And when I was on a traveling a junior hockey team, and I kind of thought it would be cool to take a dip at Copenhagen before you hit the ice or whatever.
Right.
And I didn't take it out, and so I played like a couple shifts with it in my mouth, and I got hit so fucking hard. Like I was reaching for the puck. My head was below the dasher, so I was on the boards and I was reaching for a puck, and this guy put his hip right into my ear, and I swallowed the chew, and I didn't finish the game as I got sick.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah, I got really and so kind of rambling here telling hockey stories, but I ended up getting sick, and I never did. You know, I never put another chew in my mouth, like literally ever again. Like I don't chew.
It cured you of your nicotine habit.
Yeah, dude.
Oh shit.
But anyhow, yeah, hockey's fun, man. I played for 32 years, and I coached for
32 years.
Mm-hmm, and I coached for 4 here at North Medford High School in Medford here, the Black Tornadoes.
32. So did you play like on a?
When I was a kid.
Like, but I'm saying like as an adult, is there like levels,
Yep,
like professional and then farm leagues?
Yep.
How high up did you get?
I got up to the San Francisco Spiders, which is the IHL.
Okay.
Wow. And and then when I moved, and then they became the Tacoma SaberCats, and then from the Tacoma SaberCats to the Seattle Indians.
Well, I don't know how to skate, but let's put on some rollerblades and beat the fuck out of each other. You got me all amped up now.
My wife. Okay, so this wasn't here. This where we're sitting here in the studio right now, and that was obviously there, that wall. And my friend Josh Shute was over, and my wife was doing roller derby at the time. And speaking of strapping on the skates and going, and she's tough. My wife's tough as nails. And she
I know. I've been in the pit with her.
Yeah, so she's like, all right, man, we're all drinking, so I'm like, man, hit me, Amy. And she comes through and she gives me the
shoulder check.
She gave me the old shoulder check at Rooney, and I was like, again, and so she did it about 3 or 4 more times, and then old Josh Shute got the crazy idea to say, now it's my turn, right? So my old lady skates all the way to the other end of the building. This is 1,800 square feet. She turns around, she gets 3 or 4 really good strides, and she lifts Josh up off the ground. He hits that wall over there, and he's unconscious until he hits the ground. Like, and she actually broke her elbow doing it. Like, and it was, and I knew at that point in time I was going to be with my wife for the rest of my life.
No doubt, yeah. That's killer.
But anyways, fucking how's Sucker Punch doing, man?
We're doing good. We're jonesing to get back out and play a show. We're working on something for our Halloween show, and that's we're hoping that still comes through. Hopefully. I was talking to Dana at the Sound Lounge, and they're not really sure, how it's going to look rolling everything out.
Right. Well,
as far as like when you're going to be able to fully open your doors to live music and stuff. So.
Right. So I was wondering about that because my birthday show. I was wondering if that was going to happen, but it seems like I texted you the other day. It seems like everything's going backwards. Like it really seems like Kate Brown is that judge overruled that judge that overruled that judge.
Yeah.
And it seems like hopefully we don't have another lockdown, but we'll know in a week about this protest. Like all these protests going on. You got set. I wonder how many of them fuckers came down with the COVID protesting.
Yeah. I assumed that when they started opening things back up that you were going to see a resurgence. Because, I mean, you can't go from being completely clamped down to somewhat open and not just expect some. We just had more cases in Jackson County.
Yeah.
Before
Harry and David.
2 weeks ago, there was, I think, maybe a total of 5 cases, or maybe it was 11 or something. Very low numbers in Jackson County.
Right.
And no deaths.
Right.
And I still don't think they have deaths, but yeah, something about Harry and David employees.
Yeah, 5 people or something like that in Harry and David, and they got. I might fuck this all up, but I think that like one person's in the hospital or something.
Oh, okay.
I just read that today. I might be wrong, so if I'm wrong, comment down below in the section down below on the Facebook page and tell me that I'm an asshole. But I can take it.
Open yourself up for that shit.
Yeah, yeah. No, dude, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy how political everything's gotten? Like you can't even go. You can't even say anything. And I'm not going to say anything, but you can't say anything.
Right. You can't. Yeah. If you state your opinion, someone's going to think you're a monster.
They're gonna
whatever
think
side of it is.
It's crazy. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's absolutely.
I completely stay away from it.
Oh yeah.
You know, I absolutely have my own thoughts and feelings out it. No one will ever hear them. My wife will, but that's about it. Because, I mean, in a nutshell, I'm a pragmatist. I'm not anything. I just believe that everything should be done the best way possible. If something works, then let's do that. Politics is divisive. Fucking religion is divisive. Social media has made everybody just want to be special and have a cause. I would venture that 30% of these people out here protesting that are under 20 years old don't even know what they're doing out there. They just want to join.
They want to be part of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's sad. Yeah. And that's a symptom of the times, though. It's like
it really is.
Everybody, no one's outside as a kid anymore. Nobody knows how to be a grown up when they get there because they've spent their whole time with their hands on their iPhones and playing video games and not being outside, building forts and lighting shit on fire. Oh, yeah, your dog's gonna electrocute.
Yeah, Jesus.
Bear's got a puppy here, fucking cute as shit.
Yeah,
makes it hard to not want to just sit here and play with the dog and fuck this radio show off.
Yeah, man.
Needle teeth.
I had a.
You got needle teeth.
I had a post come along that I had to react to. That the black lady that got the no knock entered the house warrant. They had a warrant for somebody. They kicked in the door and they killed this lady. The police are getting away with things. Now I support the police. I also support civilians. Police are getting away with stuff that military people can't get away with in Afghanistan. The police are getting away with it. Yeah. And there's protocol. There's decisions on the fly need to be different and the training, the debriefing of soldiers that can only be police officers when they come out from 11 Bang Bang. They can only be cops, and so they go in with this mentality from Afghanistan. And the next thing you know, they're not debriefed. What is debriefing? How do you debrief somebody? You can't turn them off and restart them and turn them back on.
Yeah.
A lot of if you don't want to be a cop or a security guard or work a tie job, you're homeless.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of people come out of the military fucked up,
especially after the conflicts that we've been in. Do you remember? I'm guessing on the year because my brain sucks. You remember the L.A. fucking armored bank heist?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Remember that it was televised
yeah.
and the guys were wearing body armor. I always go back to that point in time, and I see a drastic turn in law enforcement, starting at the LAPD and then branching out to where they've become their own little military groups. Before, when you were a kid, a cop, was going to come by when you're out at fucking 2 a.m. as a kid and tell you to go home or call your mom and, bust you when you're shoplifting or make you pour your beers out. and it just seems like they're like so militarized now. It's they have assault rifles, they have body armor, they've got fucking armored vehicles and tanks and shit. Different police departments
for driving while suspended. You know what I mean?
And these are peacekeepers.
Yeah.
They're protect and serve. We have a military. We have National Guard for when we need them. I think that there needs to be a complete realignment. And I think with the defunding of various, which people get the wrong idea of what defunding means. People hear defunding like because they're defunding police. I can't fucking talk. Various cities' police force. And people hear that and they think, oh my God, they're closing the cops down. There's not going to be any cops. What are you going to do when you need a cop? But it's more just diverting funding from the entirety of the police force and allocating it in other areas.
Yeah.
And I think there should be a shakeup. This should be a wake-up call that, we're on a trajectory that's not fucking good. The story doesn't end nice.
No.
So sometimes it takes change, something big like this.
What did they say? One of the forefathers said that every 200 and something years or so, the tree of liberty has to be watered with the blood of the patriots in order to keep shit right. And that's why you have the right to overthrow the people in charge. And overthrow your government.
Yeah, they set it up that way.
Peacefully. You're supposed to be able to, and that's through voting. But let's face it, voting
isn't voting anymore.
Voting isn't voting anymore. It's not. It's like it's been so diluted, and there's so many money grabbing schemes and voting, and just the whole fucking thing is just it's sick to me. It's twisted. It's all based on money. And all based on greed, and now we're going to add child trafficking and all this other crap to politicians, And it all needs to change, and we're past that 250 years, man. We're past it, the Civil War was, and there's the other thing, they're trying to get rid of flags, but I mean the American flag itself, and I'm a flag lover, but the American flag itself has a history. That we can't just ignore. Like, so you're gonna take the Confederate flag off of NASCAR. You're gonna tear down all these statues. What about the Democratic Party? Didn't the Democratic Party start the Confederacy? Didn't they start the Confederate? I think they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I know that Lincoln was a Republican.
Yeah.
So probably that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The idea of being able to erase history and then all of a sudden nothing ever happened.
Didn't the Nazis try to erase history? I think they tried to erase their history, or the Russians did. It was either it was Stalin. I think it was Stalin. They erased the Russian history to rewrite Russian.
Actually burning history books and yeah.
What are we doing? I mean, what are we doing? But it's cool though, in a way, because why? Why is it cool? It's cool because now we can start teaching our children the right shit. And not this diluted down what we're doing.
Yeah, I see. I think the next generation, although they didn't build forts and burn shit up, I think they are definitely going to be more progressive minded. Hopefully, we can fix the two-party system. Shit just needs to change, man.
It does. It really does.
It's on a bad trajectory.
Yeah. It's not headed in the right spot. And unrest is everywhere. There's no sports ball. There's no. What do you really have to choose from? Which we're going to talk about when we come back here. I'm going to play some music.
Yeah, play some devil music and let's talk about something else.
Yeah, But yeah, man, Gun Music Radio, this is the Geezerhour live from the old folks' home. Lock up the old ladies. It's Demon and the Bear, and this is Grave Witch on Gun Music Radio.
mountain, through the sun that watches in my head. Living mountain, through the sun that watches in my head. Through the cold and present living mountain, through the sun that watches in my head.
Music Radio, and we're back. It's the Demon.
WNBC.
WNBC. Live from the old folks' home. This is the Geezerhour. You're listening to Bear and the Demon, and we were gonna talk about. I was gonna bring up the UFC and entertainment. How there was no sports ball. How there's no sports ball. What you have is UFC, WWE, and reruns. I'm not seeing any other sports that's live, and now that's gotten
unless you're into like South Korean baseball. I don't think there's much.
Right.
But I heard that like baseball and basketball, they're talking about starting before doing like a shorter season or something. I don't know.
Right.
Basketball, I think, yeah.
You've been following UFC news at all?
I mean, I do. I don't really get on the website and keep up. I catch up as it hits me.
Right.
Yeah. What's up?
What's crazy? It's crazy, man. Jorge Masvidal, whatever his fucking name is. He's trash talking. And
I know that.
He wants money.
Everyone's leaving. Like John Jones. They're saying they're not getting there. Well, and I'm sure they're not getting paid what they.
So yeah, if they would just quiet their egos long enough to look at it like a business, they'll get paid once this shit kicks off and we're able to go back and get that gate. You know.
Yeah. You can't ask for much when you're just doing
every time
free shows on ESPN Plus.
Every time Dana White gets on that microphone when it was all live, he was like, the gate tonight was $4 million. You're going to get paid.
Yeah.
But I think that John Jones was more talking about, okay, if I'm the greatest of all time, if you call me the greatest of all time,
pay me.
Don't pay me league minimum in another sport. Like any other sport, $500,000 is league minimum for your average. I'm the best in the world at what I do, and everybody says I am. Pay me.
Right.
Pay me. Give
me those Tyson checks.
Give me those Conor
80s.
McGregor checks.
Yeah.
He's he says
I don't know what George Jones. I don't know what John Jones is making.
Right. 500,000.
Really?
Yeah.
As the light heavyweight champion.
GOAT. Yeah.
He's making $500,000. Oh, yeah. See, he shouldn't be making a dime more or less than Conor McGregor.
Right. I mean, if you're the greatest of all time, and if you stack those two dudes against each other, who's better?
Dana White is always, for him, it's always the business.
Yeah.
The only time I ever saw any ounce of humanity in him was when he told Chuck Liddell, "Hey, dude, I'm not going to let you fight no more. I love you too much." Because they were friends.
Like Joe Rogan did to Schaub.
Schaub, yeah, which was brutal at the time. I was listening to that live when he did.
I couldn't believe it was happening.
Yeah,
I was like, "Well, I'm really uncomfortable right now," and I'm not even in that room.
yeah, for sure.
But I mean, look at what Brennan's doing now. He's fucking killing it in stand-up comedy.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. He apparently put out a Showtime special that fucking sucked.
Yeah.
I wanted to see it. And I think they scrubbed it from the world. It's gone.
Yeah. Well, it was.
I never saw. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it, but I saw a bunch of the stuff around it, like a bunch of the interviews and Joe Rogan.
Yeah. And Schaub himself said it was fucking.
It was garbage.
Yeah.
But he got rushed into it before he was ready.
Yeah.
And it's surprising, and he's under the Joe Rogan umbrella. So those folks that are under the Joe Rogan umbrella, which are Bert Kirshner.
Bert Kirshner.
He is so funny, dude. He is so funny. I even put Bill Burr in there in a little bit, and Bill Burr's fucking funny. I don't know how he's surviving with his stand-up right now. I mean, his stand-up is raunchy, politically just.
Did you see Louis C.K. had a new special?
I heard about it.
I watched it this last weekend. It was fucking great.
What's it on? What's the platform?
I don't know. My son-in-law put it on. I think you buy it at his website, like old school for like $7. The way he first did them.
Yeah.
After he did his couple Netflix specials.
Right.
It was great. Fucking great. I'm so glad that guy's doing comedy still.
Well, man, because he's funny.
He's funny as shit.
He's funny as shit.
Yeah.
And what did he really do? I mean,
he jacked off in front of somebody that told him he could.
Yeah. And then
Which you could look at it. Okay, well, he was in a position of whatever, like he was taking advantage of his position. All right, but there was also people that said, "No, that's gross. Get the fuck away from me, weirdo." And he's like, "Okay, sorry,
right,
sorry."
Sorry.
Sorry, I'll just put my tellywalker away.
There's a Saturday Night Live sketch with him where it's him and Leslie Jones, and they're working at I think it's like a shoe store or something. And have you seen it? Yeah, and he puts on the "Hey girl" accent, and then it flashes 5 years later, and he's still doing the fucking accent, and she's kind of like cool with it now. And then she's like, I got to be, Leslie Jones's character is like, I got to be honest with you. This is my true speaking voice. But the whole time she was like, girl,
Yeah.
and then he's like, I got to be honest with you too. And she's like, see, I told you, motherfucker, you get out of here. Anyways, that was, to me, Louis C.K. And Louis C.K. is fucking funny.
Yeah.
Everything, it's just like watching, I like Chris D'Elia.
Chris D'Elia. Yeah.
Fucking funny, dude. The guy is hilarious.
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn is another one.
Theo Vaughn's great.
Yeah.
Did you ever listen to Chris D'Elia when he did the podcast, the 10-minute podcast?
I've seen a bunch. I don't know what was called, but yeah.
It was called the 10-minute podcast. It was Will Sasso, Brian Callen.
Oh, Brendan Schaub.
And Chris D'Elia.
And Chris D'Elia. Oh, okay. Yeah, dude.
It was years ago, and then D'Elia and Callen kind of quit doing it, and Sasso. Will Sasso is fucking hilarious.
He's one of the best.
I mean, he doesn't do stand-up, but
his
podcast shit is fucking
his
hilarious.
Jesse Ventura fucking imitation is probably. He's like, you were in the Navy. See how he does it fucking perfect, dude.
Yeah.
He does. That was horrible, but he does. He does it.
Schwarzenegger, by the way.
And then he gets in there and he's fucking hilarious, man.
Another Canuck. Well,
yeah.
you should listen to that 10-minute podcast. You'd have to go back. Will Sasso, when he started doing it solo by himself,
right?
He started doing like 3 or 4 times a year. He'd do one with his mom when he would go home to Canada to see her. They do podcast. His mom is this like 4 foot tall,
and he's huge.
Italian lady, straight from Italy. She talk like this, and it's just fucking. It's the best.
Yeah, and he's huge.
He's a fucking monster.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
Dude, do you remember when he came out in the WWE and he was Stone Cold Steve Austin? Like he did a whole Stone Cold Steve Austin's fucking gimmick, and he come walking down and he did a perfect
his impression
Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then Stone Cold Steve Austin came out and gave him the stunner and hoopy, and whatever. But I've been a fan of Will Sasso since Mad TV.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, when he did the Steven Seagal imitation, and I anybody who can do a anybody that makes fun of Steven Seagal in the public fucking eye, I'm a fan of.
Yeah, because he's clown shoe.
He's a fucking clown shoe. Jesus Christ. But anyhow, man. Dude, here we are, live in the Vomit Cave, drinking. I'm drinking a Rainier. Don't shoot me for this, okay? Don't leave messages down below that make fun of the beer I'm drinking. I'm on a budget. It is COVID. It is COVID. It's COVID beer.
I'm unemployment rich, so I'm drinking Coors Light.
Unemployment rich.
And,
You guys writing new stuff, man? You guys writing any new songs?
Well, we are always writing new stuff.
Yeah.
We've got a lot kind of in the works. But we've been, like I said, we've been taking advantage of this time we got something cooking for Thanksgiving, for Halloween, our annual Halloween show that we do every year, which you guys have been a part of. So we do this competition with the John Doe Boys every year, and we have this big wrestling belt that we had made, and whoever has the best costumes or puts on the better whatever that year takes the belt home. And so we won, I think, the first one. I think we lost the last 2, but really we just it was close.
It's all in fun.
It's totally in fun.
Remember when my band dressed up like you?
But now it's become this giant thing. Oh, dude, yes. You guys did it. You go. You tell the story.
I don't know. Well, it was all Eric Davis.
Great.
It was. I don't know how he fits under any kind of a bus here, but it was all Eric Davis, and he's like, we should all dress up like Frank, and it was like, that is probably like next to like the that's the best. So him and Kim went and got all this red yarn, and
You guys bought mops.
yeah, whatever it was, whatever it was, and it was so goddamn funny to see Big Joe, and if we would have had a little more time I think that Kim Davis or somebody would have, Christina or somebody in the band would have really stepped up and made it special. We would all had camo cutoffs and all the whole yards, but it just didn't work out like that. But yeah, Eric, one of these days, man, he's gonna show up to a show and he's gonna be wearing leotards, and he wants to bad, like he wants to dress up like and
Like what?
like 80s glam.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, he wants to like that, just as a gimmick,
like Quiet Riot 1983.
like Cinderella.
Oh,
You're like,
shit!
yeah,
like
like
lingerie.
yeah, dude, complete lingerie, dude. And he's not scared, dude. He's not scared at all, man. Yeah, I mean, he's got, if Omar wouldn't have wore him out, he probably would have bought Omar's leather pants. I mean,
Well, you guys have you have 2 guitar players.
yes.
Oh, I was gonna say otherwise you guys could do Motley Crue. That would be cool. So 2 guitar player 80s butt rock band.
Dawkins?
Yeah, except for
There's
nobody
no-
knows who Dawkins is. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Dawkins, breaking the chains, I guess. I don't know. I mean, no offense.
To the nail.
Yeah.
No offense, Dawkins.
Yeah, sorry, George.
Sorry, George. Sorry, Ozzy didn't work out for you, George.
Yeah, I'm sure you're great at what you do.
Well, he is great at what he does.
He is.
Yeah, dude. It's like that. The one guitar player. I don't even know what band he was ever in, but Michelangelo or whatever. He's the. Remember the guitar videos that you could buy, the guitar lesson videos. He was one of them dudes, and he was like, I'm gonna give you the keys to the Lamborghini, and he'd play the double neck, and it was like a heart in the middle and necks going out both ways. And he's playing Flight of the Bumblebee.
Dude, I mean, so I was born in 1970, and I mean, I was 14 when I was 13 when like Motley Crue hit.
Yeah, I was like 11.
So that was boom. I love that shit.
Yeah.
So I'm one of those people. I grew up, and to this day, you're as likely to hear Slayer or Destruction on my phone as you are Dangerous Toys or fucking Too Fast for Love.
Fucking Hanoi Hilton.
Well, no, but see, for me, it was
Hanoi
about-
Kick.
If you were a band in the '80s out of pretty much any big city,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you had to pile your hair up and wear leather pants. I mean, not any band, but so
Pile
there was,
your hair
and a
up.
lot of those bands were shit. But there was a couple that, like, okay, I think Skid Row
Yeah.
is a fucking great band. Like,
Yeah.
they have their guitar writing
Yeah.
is fucking great. I love playing their, like, learning their songs.
Yeah.
And I think Sebastian Bach has fucking one of the best voices.
Yeah.
for
Oh
that
yeah.
genre of
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
The guy can fucking sing his ass off.
Right. Yeah. He's a special one. And but then that Skid Row that also sat on the same bus with Guns N' Roses. Like it had that no, we're not the dudes, dude. We're only doing this because it makes us
Yeah,
money.
sorry that our singer's pretty, but we're really fucking. You guys should listen to what we're doing.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. And then and they
Guns N' Roses they came in at the end of that shit.
yeah.
And they walked it up to Nirvana. It seemed like, it's like, here you go.
Yeah.
It's like
They really kind of did.
they kind of did. Not that the music was walked, but the whole, like, this is the death of L.A. glam metal.
Yeah.
And we're kind of just garbagey heroin guys.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, garbagey heroin guys, I can do that. But I was a huge fan of Nirvana. I love anything that's fucking good.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite. Gotta be one of my favorite bands of all time is the Black Crowes. Like, and people.
Get close.
Some people hate the Black Crowes.
Yeah, get
Like,
close.
Oh, the first album was okay, but the rest of it's just all fucking, hippie music. It's fucking. I love it.
Get closer.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Sorry.
Just pull the mic. Pull the
Yeah,
whole,
yeah.
the whole thing with you. But yeah, no, I love
Swallow
it. You're like, oh, but yeah, I'm there with you, dude. I'm there with you. My shit's right there on the wall, man. How I got into metal music is right there, and every time I'm over there working on a guitar, which is a whole nother conversation, Mr. Demon Guitars. I read that if sometimes, and I'll look up and I'll go, oh yeah, I remember that fucking day. I remember
that newspaper article.
Yeah.
I'll have to read it.
Yeah. I'm like that's my story on how I got into metal and
written by who? Oh, in your magazine.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, and I wrote it because we lost somebody writing, and we needed to fill some space, and it was towards the end of the whole thing. No, it wasn't.
So apparently, when you're the editor of a magazine, you can give yourself a 4-page spread.
You could, yeah. You could do, yeah. Do the posters. I lost the poster, but it's full on Pete Steele style, bro.
Pull out centerfold. Yeah.
It's a pull out centerfold, just
That's
me, some top ramen, and my wang.
That's okay. I get it. I keep the nicest guitars that I built.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
There's perks to being the owner.
Yeah, it was an idea that I was going with, and I wanted to see how it looked on paper. I was going to do it for myself, and then I was going to do it for you or for them or for somebody else.
Whoever you're featured,
and have their story on how they, because that's how it's.
It's a fucking great. It's a great idea.
It's passing the story. It's passing on. That's how you know, the stories that your grandpa told you are the stories that you tell your kids, are the stories, and these stories are how I got into metal, and when you love metal, this is how I did it.
You know what I find too, which is awesome, is that like people like you and me are right around the same age, the same general, came from the same, we wear the same shirt, kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all have the same fucking story. Like, I'm
pretty
sure
much.
that, yeah, parties in the fucking fig orchards and drinking beers and bringing kegs in the back of the Impala and setting up shows out in the middle of the. Everyone has, busted by the cops, but it was just it was a thing that. Well, I mean, I don't. You were a teenager in the States, right?
Yeah.
So you probably had, getting introduced to metal the first time you heard fill in the blank,
Iron Maiden.
record. Yeah, the first time you heard Ride the Lightning, I can remember exactly where I was thinking, holy, what? This is, wow, this, because, I mean, Kill 'Em All was great, but, there's those pivotal things that everybody kind of has that same story. Like, I still have my Slayer shirt from 1989.
Trapped Under Ice was
Under Ice. That is exactly right, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That is the song that I think about when I think about the first time I heard that.
Yeah.
Walking down Bullard Avenue in Fresno, California, with my buddy that came down from San Jose, had this boom box and a bag of weed and Trapped Under Ice.
Yeah, we used to go down to Fresno and play the Fresno Falcons.
Oh, wow.
And the Selling Ice Arena.
Oh, yeah, Selland Arena.
Selling Arena, yeah. Yeah, we have. Hell yeah, Fresno.
Yeah, I finger banged a fucking chicken at Selland Arena.
Two
at a
Trapped Under Ice.
No, it was at a Rat concert to like Out of the Cellar or some bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so awesome, dude. And yeah, we all have those stories on that over there. It's guys. Some kid. He had an Iron Maiden T-shirt, which is right over there. And when I saw that shit,
the imagery,
I was like, what the fuck is this, yo? And then how can I get some 501s? And then and that turned into Marlboro cigarettes.
Some moccasin boots.
I want some moccasin boots. And I want some fucking Camel cigarettes or some Marlboro cigarettes.
Yeah, a leather jacket.
I want a leather jacket
with a goodie brush inside.
Boom.
We were all that dude.
We were all that dude.
Yeah.
And then we had I had a unique advantage when I was growing up that we all went to school.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3 by
with my sister was at a grade ahead of me, and she hung out with Chino Marino.
Yeah.
And he's from Lodi, Galt area.
Yep.
And we were living in Stockton, and so I started going with her over to the practice house that they played at, and my sister was all into him, and anyways, I had that, and then that's also in there, and I'd watch that stuff, and this is back when they were still rap and roll, They weren't jar of flies or any of that any of that stuff yet. But they were louder than life. And I was like, this is live music. That was my first taste of live music. And I was like, okay, now I have to know how to do this. You know what I mean? Like, now I have to know, what is that? What is that, and why do I? And it all made sense. Like,
did you play guitar before that?
No, I thought I was a drummer. And I would carry a fucking pair of drumsticks in my back pocket, and I would pose the fuck out, bro. And I would pose the fuck out, and I would be like, yeah, drummer, drummer. And then
I got a band.
And then I saw the Cliff 'Em All. At some point in time, I saw Cliff 'Em All, and I was like, drums and band, and I and that was my thing. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm a bass player because Cliff Burton is the shit, and maybe I'm a bass player. Thomas Araya is the shit, and maybe I'm the bass player. So I bought a Hondo. Simple enough. Went to the pawn shop. I paid for it, and I never bought an amp. Never owned an amp. But I put down the drumsticks and picked up the bass, and then I was like, okay. And I learned Rhyme of an Ancient Mariner, of the Ancient Mariner, the boom doom doom doom, that little middle bridge part. That's like,
okay,
yeah. And then I was like, well, you know what? I really like Dimebag Darrell right now, or whatever it was. I'm gonna play guitar, and that's when it kind of
Well, it's a good thing you never got into like gay porn,
right? Or midget porn.
I'm a midget.
I would have been
I'm a midget now.
I would have been a giant in the business.
Oh God, we should have ended on that, but it's too early.
Well, I'm going to play some music, and we'll see if we're going to enter. We'll be back. We don't know. We're going to play some Steak Sauce Mustache Local Boys.
Dude, check these guys out. They're fucking dope.
Oh, yeah, dude. You can't piss on hospitality on Gun Music Radio. WNBC. Choice you make, catch it WNBC Gun Music Radio. We are back. We are live. We are the Demon and the Bear coming to you live. This is the Geezerhour. I'm going to start getting that every single fucking time, guys. Live from the old folks' home. Lock up the old ladies, because we're coming in hot. We're coming in surf and turf. We're coming in sizzling. We're coming in sizzling. Dude. Speaking of dude, what do you think of, did you see the new Robert Downey Jr. Shit, where he came out and he took, basically, I think he took Jeffrey Epstein's fucking list and he outed it, and he said, these fuckers. And
How did Robert Downey Jr. get the list of all the kid diddlers? Oh, he's Iron Man.
The Shadow knows. Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't he have like $1 billion? Isn't he Iron Man?
I don't know. It's just, I think it's from his perspective, and I think a lot of the A's and the B's are the same as a lot of the A's and the B's. You know what I mean? Like, his perspective, his experience, Corey Feldman's experience is a lot of the same people that are on that list. So he was like, okay, this is my list, and a lot of the shit is connecting. You know what I mean? And some of the
wait. So you're saying Robert Downey Jr. is saying that he was victimized by Hollywood elite when he was younger?
Without getting like,
he was a very sexy kid.
Oh yeah,
I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, dude. In Weird Science. Oh yeah. Wasn't he in Weird Science? Yeah, he was in Weird Science with Anthony.
Was he?
Yeah. Yeah,
God, that was a young. The first time I remember him was
with Pauly Shore.
Was less than zero.
Yeah, less than zero. He was in. I think he.
Probably
I think he was in Weird Science.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking at Kelly LeBrock, but that's just me, bro. Like,
Kelly LeBrock,
you can
dude.
check out the sexy little boys. I'm more into Kelly LeBrock.
I know that I watched that movie a lot.
In my underwear?
Because I told you to never interrupt me when I'm fucking in my room.
Dude, is that the one with Bill Paxton, right?
Yeah.
How about a greasy pork chop served up in a dirty ashtray? So fucking good, dude. Or was that Bill Pullman? I don't know people.
No, that was. You're right. Yeah, he was Chet. He was the.
Chet,
he was the brother that turned into the turd.
So fucking good, dude.
Yeah. R.I.P. with that guy.
Yeah,
he was in some good ones. I just peed my pants. In that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Collateral Damage, I think it was called, maybe, where he was a car salesman or whatever, and he was like, I just peed my pants, and yeah, what a great actor. All the roles that dude did were semi-amazing to me.
Yeah.
Have you seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Fucking twice in the theaters, bro.
Yeah, did you? Did you like it?
Loved it.
Obviously.
I watched it, and then I like immediately took my son to go watch it. I loved it, dude.
What'd you think about the Bruce Lee scene?
Oh, I mean, I get everyone's point. But you're dealing with Quentin Tarantino. The guy can kind of.
Yep.
He's just gonna do weird shit. You know, he drops N-bombs in every movie, and he's not a racist.
With no fear.
Yeah. So for him, I think he took creative license. I think it would have been good for him to like maybe acknowledge that somewhere.
Yeah.
Because he made Bruce Lee like a fictional character, like somebody who he apparently wasn't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And I think that was
Maybe Bruce Lee fucked his mom and he's got something out for him. I don't know.
Shannon Lee, is that the daughter?
I don't
I think that's the daughter. She came out strongly opposed to it, and she said that it made her dad look like a piece of garbage, like an asshole douchebag.
Then he made him look like an egotistical, Hollywood type, which he wasn't. Apparently, I mean, I don't know.
So the guy that Brad Pitt played is a real dude, and Ronda Rousey has connection to that real dude.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't.
He's a Hollywood stuntman turned fighter, I think.
Yeah. And Ronda Rousey called him Uncle something, so they had some ties, but the way she tells it is kind of like in real life, he could have beat up Bruce Lee if he wanted to. Like he was that tough. Like he's that tough.
Well, to hear, like, you hear Joe Rogan talk about it. Like, Bruce Lee was 110 pounds. Like, if he was in, and he never really had any fights. He was more of just like a I don't know, like a martial artist. But I don't think he actually had any like fights that they had.
Right.
But like you hear Rogan talking about, like if he was in the MMA or in the UFC, he'd probably get his ass beat by a lot of people because karate was kind of a one trick pony. You know what I mean?
But to me, he was the original crossover martial artist.
He incorporated
different styles into and outed by the Chinese and outed by the whites. He just did his own thing, and he moved to America and made something of himself. And that's Bruce Lee is just a badass in general. 1-inch punch. Well, now you got fuckers that'll 1-inch punch you across the room. Like UFC is a different creature. These athletes. Thug Rose. Nama Nunes.
Yeah.
Oh, come on with that chick, dude. Are you kidding me? Kat Zingano. There's women that could beat up Bruce Lee nowadays, dude. With a quickness.
We could talk MMA forever. I'm so impressed that fight. I think we just talked about. That's fucking so old. The great main event that just happened between. Oh, never mind. It'll come to me. God damn it. We were talking about it, and I said, I respected the guy that lost. Oh, fuck. The guy that just got his fucking ass handed to him.
Cerrone?
No, it was after that one.
Who lost?
Yeah, that's all right.
Who lost?
It'll come to me. I'll go back to our thread.
All the old guys are losing. It seems like all the.
I hate when Cerrone loses. I love that guy so much.
Oh, me too.
And he got clipped by McGregor, and I don't like watching him lose.
I don't even think he showed up to that fight. Like
Well, there was no fight. He knocked him out with his shoulder, and I think he just got clipped.
And then they're like, "Oh, where'd you come up with that move?" And you're like,
before.
Well, I was like, "Well, if you've watched MMA at all, if you've ever spent money on the MMA or you've watched UFC at all, you know that Kat Zingano has done that elbow several times. She did it against when she beat Amanda Nunes. She's the first and last person. She's the last person that beat Amanda Nunes is Kat Zingano.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, Amanda Nunes, I don't see her going anywhere.
Nope.
She's so funny.
Nope.
Her knockout of Cyborg.
Dude.
No one. That's fucking Chris Cyborg.
It was crazy how she was slinging like the mace ball. Remember the ball, the chain with the ball on the end? Those were her fists. And Chris Cyborg had zero answers for what was going on. It made me happy. I'm a fan of Amanda Nunes, but like any other MMA fan, I can't wait to see her lose. That's going to be phenomenal. Whoever the next fucking Amanda Nunes is.
The fight I was trying to remember.
Yeah.
The Gaethje Ferguson fight.
Okay, dude. Yeah. That was hot, dude.
Yeah.
They surf and turf, coming sizzling. Every single fucking thing that Gaethje threw, connected. Ferguson connected.
Ferguson never stopped moving forward, and he got, dude. They should have stopped that fight. Like he was getting just worked,
Just worked. Joanna. Jacek.
Go ahead and say
her
that again.
Forehead. Remember? Did you see that? With her fucking the hematoma.
That was gnarly.
Holy crap! That was probably.
She's got to probably hang it up. Like she was such a badass, and she's lost. I think her last 3 out of 4.
Yeah. It's karma. Like it's karma. She was like, there's a really good Joe Rogan podcast. One of his experiences with Thug Rose on there with her coach. And they were like they seriously blocked out everything that Joanna threw at them psychologically until the one thing that she said when she was kind of backstage at one of the events and Joanna comes walking up and she's like, "Did you buy the ticket?" And she walked away and Joanna was like, or Thug Rose was like, "Did I buy the ticket?" Like, what? What do you mean, did I buy the ticket? And she went in and sat. She gathered all her coaches together, and she's like, "Did I buy the ticket? What does that mean?" And then her coach was like, for like 3.5 seconds, like she fucked with us hard, and we were all trying to figure out what the fuck this ticket was. But she went in and beat her again. Thug Rose, man, and she's done. I think she's done. I don't think she's going to fight again. I think she got the title, she lost the title, and she's such a soft soul.
Yeah, I got that impression listening to the podcast. Like, yeah. She's a very kind of spiritual type.
Yeah, this is just a belt. This is just a sport.
Yeah.
Outside of here, let's be cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great message, and
it was a great interview.
Right, fresh after winning the title. That was her comment. Was like, none of this means anything. Go outside there. I am no longer this person. I'm another person.
Yeah.
And it really.
I was impressed by it.
I was too. Holly Holmes, like chick fighting, chick MMA shit is. I don't just watch it for the yoga pants, bro.
Yeah.
They kill each other.
Yeah.
And on a level that's.
Amanda Nunes is.
Oh Jesus.
So impressive.
I mean, we could take her and put her with a guy. She'd beat that dude up.
Oh, yeah. Whatever the weight division is. What do you think about Cejudo retiring? You think it's a ploy? You think he's looking for more money? You think he's trying to hold Dana White's feet to the flames?
I don't know. I think that he's done. I think he's moved on. I saw him on what's the new WWF? It's or WWE. Sorry, it's it's the new thing that Cody Rhodes is doing. It's a whole new. It's like WCW or whatever. He was on there with Mike Tyson. Cejudo was on there.
So he's going to make some money.
He's going to make some money.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. So there's Mike Tyson, 52 years old, whatever he is. There he is.
Crazy, huh?
And dude, the nightmare, Mike Tyson. Are you kidding me? With
They're
this
building
dude?
it up, dude. Like, it's like, who's he going to fight? Is he going to fight Evander Holyfield? Is he going to fight fucking
Oscar De La Hoya?
Oscar De La Hoya?
No, I think that was supposed to be what I tell you. I texted you and told you I seen that and it blew me away. I was like, wait, he's going to fight who?
Well, you saw the clips of him in training, right?
Yeah.
Tyson?
Fucking
forget about it, dude.
Dude, he's going to kill you.
God help anybody. Oof. But what was weird was when he was on Rogan like a year and a half ago, and Rogan was like talking to him about fighting, and he was in a mind space of like, no, I don't even think about fighting. It's not who I am.
It wakes up my ego, and I don't want to do it.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Is this going to be good for him or bad for him? I feel protective. I'm like, I love him. I want him to be okay. You know
Put a jacket around him. Get in the fucking car. Stay away from my kid.
Yeah, he's like your crazy friend that you never know if he's gonna like give you a hug or punch you in the face. Mm-hmm. Or he's like that pit bull that you don't quite trust.
I'm gonna grab another beer. Hold on.
Okay. So I guess there's comments or whatever you were saying, right? So you guys, if there's anything going on with the levels or anything you want to comment about stuff you want to hear or whatever, go ahead and type it in there, and no one will read it.
The more you know, the less we care.
Yeah, I don't know.
By the way, yeah, we're doing this. We're kicking this off on the right foot, and I think that. This is only going to get better. We're going to invite people in, and people are going to start tuning in more. The levels of people right now are obviously local. There's not really anybody, but worldwide, which I'll look at the numbers here at right around 6 o'clock when they generate. And I'm pretty sure all you fuckers over there in Scotland and England and Finland and Denmark and Germany that support me and listen to me every fucking time because I know who you are because it flashes up on my shit. And you guys are true metalheads, and you guys are true metalheads to the core, and you'll listen to anything that's metal. And that's pretty badass. And you support people like myself. You support people like Omar Rodriguez with KSKQ Radio, a bloody fucking mess with his thing that he does. Phenom, the guy from Phenom down there in Klamath Falls, all the way up to the Illinois Valley with Ty from Graveburner. And there's radio stations around, and you can really get into there's options, bro. And I'm thankful for everybody that's listening now because I'll get them numbers. And everybody who's been listening. Oh, look, I said that and a person popped up. So that might be Mark. Hi, Mark.
Where do you see who's listening?
Right there underneath Gun Music Radio. It gives you the local listeners. And then the statistic page on Radio King gives you the all around numbers of how many people have listened to your radio show.
Well, this is all interesting, dude. This is fun. I mean, we would be doing this anyway. We'd be sitting in here drinking beer, talking about the 80s and the 90s and fucking wrestling and whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So, if people are into it. Yeah.
Your Tascam is right there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
We're not using it? You don't need it?
No, I don't use it.
Cool. I'll take it
I'm
home.
not using it. But I just wanted to let you know that it's there.
Cool.
And because you said we'd be doing this anyway, and we've
done it before.
We've moved to here.
Yeah.
Like we started the idea, and then we didn't. We did it again, and we didn't. And now it's. And I said, man, I'm going to do this. Well, I'm going to do this. We're gonna fucking do this. So we're gonna drop the puck. We're gonna fucking drop the puck, right? So I'm making this happen because of those times where you and I sat out here once and sat inside once and pretended like we were doing it live, and it was like, man, now I got to get computers and microphones and stuff, and I don't want to invite him back over here, and we sit here with fucking tin cans and a string, you know.
Well, I mean, dude, I thought the last time we did it was awesome.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is beyond. This is great.
We're getting there.
Yeah, and I think there's only more and more shit to come. So if you guys don't see me next week, it's because Bear pulled my shirt over my head and started fucking giving me hooks to the body and head.
I took my puck back. He's
Right
the only
on.
guy to have stabbed somebody with his own skate. Oh, shit, Gun Music Radio. Gun Music Radio. Music Radio. This is Outlaw Until the Dead Walk. Hey, this has been fun, man. We're going to do this again next week. We're going to add stuff, take away stuff, add other stuff, and take away other stuff until we get it right just for you, because we love your face.
Yeah, we're shooting for Mondays right around 3 or 4. We'll nail down a time, but
Yeah.
we'll post it up on Facebook before it goes live.
I swear to God. Okay. We love you, and Music Radio live from the Vomit Cave. This is Thrash Attack Destruction.